manifestation, mistakes, and how to avoid them. Here's what we're going to cover in this part of the Manifestation Masterclass. The most common manifestation mistakes people make. Why just thinking positive doesn't work. The trap of attachment and desperation. How doubt and limiting beliefs sabotage your manifestation. The right way to align thought, emotions, and action. And I got two very powerful exercises that is going to really help with the things that's holding most people back when we speak about manifestation. Warning, this is the most important video in the entire course. Watch the entire video, don't skip, don't fast forward. Pro tip, watch the video in 2 times speed. So the most common manifestation mistakes people make. I'm going to say this again like I did in the previous trainings, that what I'm covering here, what I'm sharing here, some of it, and maybe even a lot of it, is something that you've heard before in some of the other manifestation trainings. But I've changed the way I'm sharing it, and also I got some new images today to really help you understand, understand, and also the 2 exercises to actually help you letting go of those things that's holding you back from manifestation, holding you back from manifesting the dream life that you're here to step into. So, more than just thoughts. Manifestation isn't just about thinking positive. It's about aligning thoughts, emotions, and actions to create real change. And I got an example for you in a moment, the rowboat and inner teamwork. I'm saying this again, manifestation isn't just about positive thinking. I thought that when I went into law of attraction to solve my $1.5 million debt. After a lot of time sitting on the beach and meditating, I figured this one out. So important. So I'm going to say the rest again here. It's about aligning thoughts, emotions, and actions to create real change in your reality, in your world. Hidden resistance. Many people unconsciously block their desires due to attachment, fear, or limiting beliefs. Course correction. Mistakes are part of the process. Awareness allows you to shift and realign toward success. So, here comes the rowboat example. Now, let's just look at the 2 that we just mentioned. Hidden resistance. We went through this in the manifestation foundation. There are powerful exercises there. It's called the foundation because this is the foundation of your manifestation. Understanding the manifestation foundation, understanding it, like really in your inside, understand it. Know that this is the truth. It's going to help you so much. Now, the 3rd here, course correction. One thing that's very, very important to understand also is that manifesting things, manifesting a business, manifesting a brand, manifesting a great relationship, it's very important to understand that mistakes are a part of the process. No one on this earth, no one who really made great success achieve that without making mistakes. The important thing, I look at this like, before we go into this image, I look at this like, bowling, right? I'm not a great bowler, but I know what it is. So we have the ball and we send it down the road. And if we are getting too much to the left or too much to the right, the ball will go out of the playing field. It will go out of the road, right? But if you have bowling for kids or for people who are really not very good at it or experienced, you have these, I don't know what it's called, but banners, something like that. So here's the playing field and left and right. So instead of the ball goes out and you're out, these two, the ball go down, and if it goes too much to the left, well, this one will help it to stay on track. And then maybe it goes too much to the right. It will help it stay on track. And I like this image because the bowling image is like how we, on our way to manifesting, on your way to manifesting your dream life, if you're aware, this is kind of your awareness here. So if you're aware, you will understand and understand when the ball, when your actions, when what shows up in your life is not aligned with your dream life, with where you're going. We will take actions. You will have to take actions to get down there. Aligned actions will make it much more easier, and it will not feel like effort in the same way as if it was hard work, grinding it out like I did for so many years. So when you become very aware, you will know when your steps, your actions is becoming out of alignment, hitting this one or hitting this one. And the good part here is, with awareness, you can shift what's going on inside and realign. Okay, you hit something, this is not good, and you go inside yourself. What's going on inside? And you shift and align as you go down towards your dream life. So, the rowboat here. I actually used this example, not this image I created for this training, but the example of people in a rowboat. I used this when I help leaders, entrepreneurs with teams to understand that if a team is not working together, if one person want to go that way, one person want to go that way, different visions, different goals a team has. Put a team in a boat who want to go different directions, and something like on the image will happen. Now they will spend a lot of energy, they will fight a lot, they will use a lot of effort. The fact is, the result is that they will not get to where the business is going to is wanting to go, the goals of the business, the vision of the business, because they will go like this, right? So, and that's why in a business, if you're an entrepreneur, you probably know what I'm speaking about. It's very important. One of the most important things is having a vision. And when people get into your team, I've helped so many and also very experienced entrepreneurs with this. When people get into the team, they have to understand the vision. They have to buy into that vision. They have to commit to that vision. They have to eat and breathe and sleep that vision. Because when you put, how many people we got here? 5 people in a boat, and they are going in the same direction toward the vision, towards the goal for the business, magic can and will happen. I've seen it again and again. Now, the team that I'm speaking about here, that's your team. And that's the first point on this slide. So manifestation isn't about thinking positive. It's about aligning thoughts, emotions, we also got the beliefs, we got the action to create real change. So imagine again the teamwork. So if thoughts are going in one direction because now you decided that you want success in your life, but your beliefs are that you're not worthy of it, your emotions are fear, and because of that your actions will be like in the rowboat. Makes sense? So you got a vision, like I shared about the team, the business, but if your inner different team members are not aligned, it's going to be a lot of effort. It's going to be a lot of struggle, of frustration, of desperation, of stress and fatigue. I really, really, really hope you feel this together with me now, because this is where it really, for many people, it's uphill. It's the hamster wheel. It's fatigue. That's what happened for me for so many years. I wanted success, but I was afraid, and I had beliefs that were limiting, and my actions were, I worked very, very hard. But the result was that I ended up worse than where I started. So, next one, why just thinking positive doesn't work? Surface level thinking. If deep down you don't believe your desire is possible, repeating affirmations won't change your reality. Your subconscious must be rewired. And I have an image that I created for this one also. I look forward to share it in a moment. We talked about this again and again and again. So the whole thing for us is to rewire the system. Ignoring the subconscious. This is it's a thing that happens to so many people trying to manifest their dream life. Your subconscious mind runs. I put in XX% because you could actually just yell it out like I was listening to you. How many percent? Exactly. 95 or more of your behaviors. So you must address core beliefs, not just false happy thoughts. Emotion and action matter. Thoughts alone don't manifest. Emotions generate energy, and aligned action create real world change. And there's something very, very important here, because as I said, what we're doing here in the Manifestation Masterclass here in Module 1 is going to be very much what's going on in the inside of you. Thoughts, emotions, physical being. And we also got the outside. We got all of the law of attraction. We got all of a little bit more woo-woo stuff, because it's not like everything is science, like we can prove this is how it works now. But the thing is that all of the things going on inside of you, by thinking or feeling or changing beliefs, it's all in the inside. And it might be, and this is where it gets a little bit more woo-woo, which we haven't dived into yet, but it might be that our thoughts can do something out with the universe and create things from that. But from my experience, from all the people that I've worked with, action matter. So action is kind of like you got the things outside of you, your reality. And you got the things inside of you. Thoughts, emotions, feelings, beliefs, and all the things in your nerve system, in your physical body too. Now, the bridge between your inner world and the reality out there, your reality, your life, is action. The bridge is action. So if you want to become a professional basketball player, Well, it's good to align all of your team members inside the rowboat, but the action is the actual rowing to get you there. Maybe you want to be a professional or world-known dancer or writer or actor. Again, it's the same thing. If the team members inside are not aligned with the vision, it's going to be struggle, it's going to be a lot of effort, it's going to be fatigue. If they are aligned, now take action. Action is the thing. So we don't have like a Clint Eastwood or Robert De Niro or Sylvester Stallone or Arnold Schwarzenegger or Brad Pitt, or I'm just looking for a female actor too. Who's that? No one comes to my mind right now. Now, we don't have any of these world famous actors or actresses that didn't do action. They did the preparation, they did the work, they did the things. I think Sylvester Stallone tried in a lot of different things before he actually, there's a long story about him and creating the Rocky movie, and they didn't even want him in the movie. He created the script, but they didn't want him in the movie. There was a lot of action that he had to take, but he was believed. He had his desire inside, right? So, just so important, and I know I spoke about this before, I just want to help, because this is one of the biggest thing that holds people back, that we think we can think us into it all. So here it is, surface level thinking. This image I created for this training, but one of the first things when I really dived into changing my mindset into wealth, into abundance, into richness, that was a drawing actually, was one of the first seminars that I went into. One thing that really clicked for me that I'm sharing with you here is, this is a tree, right? And you see, it's what kind of a tree? Exactly, an orange tree, right? It's an orange tree. We got oranges on the tree. I know it doesn't look like this, but we got oranges on the tree, right? Here's a person who wants an apple instead. It's actually an apple in that circle. The person wants an apple. And the person looks at the tree, he sees oranges and he wants an apple. And the person gets dissatisfied, frustrated, maybe even negative, because the person wants an apple. Now, the person might, and this is what happens to people in their lives, the person might go and say, okay, I put an apple on the tree and now it's an apple tree. But you see, if that person is putting that apple up there, even if the person is gluing it, it's not going to be an apple tree, because the tree is an orange tree, right? And the tree is an orange tree because when you go down to the roots of the tree, actually when we go all the way back to when the tree was planted, when it was a seed, it was an orange seed. The roots came above the surface, it became a tree, and the result, and that's the key word here, the result are the oranges. That's what we can eat. But the beginning of the whole process is below surface. It's in the subconscious, you see here. So the thing is that what really got me when I saw this image was that we all focus so much, many people, me included, focus so much on the results. We focus so much on results, saying, why don't I have this thing that I want in my life? Why don't I have this thing? I want money. So we try to put money in there. We try to put love in there. And the fact is, if we really want to change the results in our lives, this is one of the biggest mistakes that people do and make, and me included for so many years. We have to focus on the right place. We have to focus on the inside of us. I'm going to take one note here because I will make a screenshot of this one. So I will put it below the video if you are in the Manifestation Masterclass. Good. All right, let's move on here. The trap of attachment and desperation. Now this one, I'm going to get a little bit deeper here because clinging, I'm going to go deeper. I'll share with you in a moment why. Clinging creates resistance. When you are desperate for an outcome, you energetically push it away. Desperation signals lack, not abundance. So what happens to many people, me included, I was so desperate to get out of my debt. So desperate. So everything I was doing, I was pushing it away. Desperate. I was running after things. Same thing with my narcissistic relationship, which was 5.5 years of manipulation and lies and all of that. So I got tricked into all of this. But the fact was that I got more and more desperate for that woman to be in my life, to be her lover, to be together with her, more and more desperate. And I see that now. And fact is, probably people in a relationship who are like that. If one person in a relationship is really wanting the other person and getting like clinging, what happens? The other person is not going to do the same. The other person is like, okay, going a little away because nobody likes that, right? My image of this is the same thing with the universal energies. If we get too much, I want this. It's kind of like, take it easy, man. Take it easy, woman. Let me be here. That's not nice, right? Desperation signals lack, not abundance. Control versus trust. Manifestation works best when you set a clear intention, but trust the process rather than micromanaging how it unfolds. So, I was a control freak for so many years. I wanted to control everything in my life. And the image that I'm showing you soon will show how it was to be me. And maybe you know someone like that. I'm not saying control is not good, because there are things like taking care of our bookkeeping if we are an entrepreneur, or making sure that if we are sending, if we got a book to write, we have deadlines. So something we must manage, right? But there's a big difference in micromanaging and a little bit more macromanaging, and make sure that the ball is within the playing field, right? So yeah, I will show you this with the image in a moment. Letting go opens up to flow. When you release the need for an outcome, you create space for it to naturally arrive. And animals is a great example for this. I don't know if I shared this in another training before, but in the beginning, when I had to learn to sell with the cleaning company, one of the things that I was told that really stuck with me was like, if you have a carrot and you want to sell the carrot, and you have a rabbit here and you want to sell the carrot to the rabbit, if you chase the rabbit with the carrot is going to go what? Run away. So if you want to give the gift of the carrot to the rabbit, you have to make sure the rabbit sees that it's there, or at least see that you do something there, and then move a little away. Create space for it to naturally arrive. This has been one of my biggest things, because some part of me loved to working hard, and I like to be controlling, or I liked before to be controlling. So I really, I so much wanted to control. This is the outcome that I want. I so much tried to put the apples on the tree. And my experience is that when I let go, still having to do the action, but it's totally different. The image will show you in a moment. Also, I've seen this with kids. with kids. I got my daughter, I mentioned that, and I've seen if I'm trying to micromanage her, if I'm trying to tell her all the time what to do and not to do, I will only stress her. She doesn't like that, right? She doesn't like that. The only thing that will happen if she's doing gymnastic, and if I'm trying to micromanage her to do her gymnastic perfect, she will get nervous, she will get frustrated, and the thing is that she will not do it very good. And the thing is also that she will be sad and disappointed with herself. So when I step back and let her do the thing, when I just want her to have a great experience from my heart, and if she needs support, I will help her. And if there's something I see, I will be very, very aware how to present it to her, so it's still going to be joyful for her. Letting go opens the flow. Now, here comes the thing. I said earlier that this is going to be a little deeper, because this flow thing, it was so difficult for me for so long time, because I was a control freak. I really just tightened my grips to anything. So I asked myself when I prepared this training, is this really true? And then let's dive deeper into that. So here's the image of my journey. And also created for this one. You see the one is holding very tight onto his steering wheel. You see it. This is I used ChatGPT to help me with these images. So you see his veins in his arms and leg. It's like they are pumped, and you see his face is stressed. He's really like taking this very serious, and he's pumping it hard. And he's tight. I also wanted to kind of like show you that it's a very bumpy road for him, because that's what's happening. If you ever tried that, I tried it when I was nervous to hold tight onto something. It's gonna be you're gonna spend so much energy, so much effort, and the only thing that happens is that every time there's something, a small bump or something like that, you're gonna have to hold even more tight, right? And this is how it is. Now the next one, the image is supposed to show you, and I feel the difference. This one is not holding on so tight. He's more loose when he's riding his bike. And you see he is not spending the same kind of muscle energy. The veins are not that pumped. He's more happy. He's enjoying the ride. So just imagine he's more loose. Maybe if you know how it is to ride a bike, just relax. Let the hands be relaxed. When there's some bump or something, it will not matter that much. So, and the thing is, so the ride will be more effortless. It will be more joyful. And maybe even there will be less mistakes for the person who released the grip a little and let go a little and trust a little more. Let me take a look. I put this one below the video also, just a reminder. All right. Let us take this a step even further, because I was such a control freak. So I was like, okay, we need some more proof here. The psychological and scientific basis behind these principles of letting go, of trusting the flow. Clinging creates resistance. The paradox of desire. Psychological reactance. When we fixate on something too intensely, our subconscious mind can rebel or trigger stress responses, making it harder to achieve. An example, the little kid, you can't have that. So this is just to drive this home, and there's a psychological thing inside of us. And it does make sense. Think about the image with the bicycle. If we are too focused, too intense, and again, I know how I am with this, and I know how it feels, and I know how my reality is showing up if I'm getting too intense. And I also know and feel, and I've done the exercises in the Manifestation Foundation for so many years now. I know and feel how this intensity can trigger stress responses. So again, the two bicycles. The one who is holding very tight, it's going to be harder for him. Or the one who is trusting the universe to support him. Now, little kid, you can't have that. The thing here is that if a person, and I tried this with my daughter, I tried this with other people and say, well, you can't have that. You can't have that. Starting a discussion, but it's going to be like, And the one thing for sure is that the kid, and I say you can't have that, maybe you're one of those kids, I am. The kid is going to do everything possible to get that. That's the opposite of what you wanted to happen. The paradox. Scarcity mindset, behavioral economics. Studies show that when we focus on not having enough, our cognitive function actually declines. We spent time on this before, and if I say manifestation flashlight, you probably remember this. So if we focus on the things we don't want, if we turn on our manifestation flashlight in the left hand, just an example, could be your right hand, but we turn it on, focusing on the things we don't want. Now, things we don't want is like not having enough money, not having enough love, not having enough health. If we focus on that, like I said here, our cognitive function actually declines. Now, if we focus on the things that we do want, turn on the manifestation flashlight. We spoke about that before also. You will set emotions in motion of great energies, positivity, gratefulness, celebration, love, support to yourself. All of these things. It opens up. Control versus trust. Why letting go works. Cognitive load theory. Over-controlling and constantly focusing on an outcome overloads our cognitive system, leading to decision fatigue and tunnel vision. This limits our ability to recognize new opportunities. So I haven't created an image for this, but just think about it. If you are in a tunnel, you're driving in a tunnel. You cannot see beside the walls in the tunnel, right? So if we are getting too focused, trying to steer with our force the bicycle towards our dream life, over control it, constantly focus on what we want, we are putting so much pressure onto our own cognitive system. Tunnel vision. Now, my image of this, the pictures that comes to me here are like, I think I mentioned in another training, I was doing a walk the other day. I had my goal. I knew when I had to be back and to create a recording here. And I was there and I heard some birds. And one part of me, tunnel vision, could have said I don't have the time. But I opened up and I said, okay, let me follow my inspiration. And I went towards those birds and I had an amazing time. And that was a gift for me. I felt so good watching those birds. And when I got back on track, I kind of like saw things differently. You probably know this. So I released the grip and followed the flow, followed my inspiration. Now, when we begin to get into the more universal stuff of all of this, it's interesting, and I got a lot of things to share there too. And you probably know these synchronicities happening in our life, but if we are too funnel focused, tunnel vision, we're not open to those synchronicities. I've seen it again and again and again. Flow state, positive psychology. Trusting the process allows for effortless action, scientifically linked to peak performance and creative problem solving. I had a client some years ago that was so hardworking, so intense, and the results were not showing up. One of the things that I told the person, asked the person, invited the person to do was actually to just take a holiday and just let it all be. The person didn't want to lose the grip on the steering wheel so tight. But, well, the person took the vacation and after a couple of days began to relax. I heard what happened after. And the amazing thing was that the whole psychology of that person changed. So flow began to be possible again. Relaxing instead of just forcing it all. An amazing thing was that led into amazing results for that person. Trusting the process allows for effortless action. Letting go opens flow, psychological and neurological benefits. Neuroplasticity, we talked about that before, and the default mode network, DMN. The brain rewires itself more easily when we relax and detach, rather than forcing change. New study, reading and learning. Letting go activates the DMN, allowing new ideas and solutions to emerge. Again, remember, we are in the inside of you. In the inside of you. We're not on the woo-woo thing yet. Inside of you. So, new study, reading and learning. I just read some days ago, I couldn't find that study, but I just read that Science know today now, because they did scientifical, studies on, I think that this was like 10,000 people or something. So there was two different groups. One group was just reading and learning, going on to the next thing. The other group was reading and learning. And after reading and learning, the other group took some time off. Relaxing, enjoying their life. But relaxing, not watching the phone, not doing anything. Relaxing, enjoying their life. Study hard and relaxing. Now, which group do you think learned most? And they also measured the brain so they could see what happened in the brain. Which group do you think learned most and their brain changes the most in a positive way? Do you think it was the ones who were only studying hard, working hard and all of that, or those who took time to relax after learning something? You guessed it? So this tells me, and I'm not the best one at this myself, but I've seen the changes from when I'm too in work hard mode or when I also relax. This teaches that when we change, when we do something, like in the gym also, right? We will get the best results if we, after working hard on something with our brain, relax and enjoy. Relax and enjoy our life. It will have the best and biggest impact on ourselves. And also, relaxing and detaching, like you see here, new ideas and solutions to emerge. Again, the image with the bicycle. Relax. Lose grip. I know this. I've tried this so many times. If I'm relaxed and enjoying myself, I just get new ideas all the time. If I'm too focused, it's not as easy for the ideas to come. And I even got, that's going to be in, I'm going to do that in another training, but I got this, like, if you think brain waves, what's going on in the brain, when we relax, it's going to be more easy. When we are really stressed, it's going to be like this, right? And remember, when we were very young, we were in theta state, like hypnotical state, and we just absorbed everything. Now, when we are very stressed to solve something, we are not in a theta hypnotic state. So I have this, if it's from the inside or the outside world, if we are going like this, how on earth would any person be receiving, allowing to receive any creativity, any ideas, because we are so stressed? So finding the balance. Law of reverse effort, Aldous Huxley. The harder we try to control, the more resistance we create. Psychologically, the brain works best when it's relaxed but engaged. Again, the image with the steering wheels is really helping here. So some practical stuffs for this is, I'm gonna, in another training we'll go more into this, but some practical stuff is actually to let ourselves have fun and enjoy life. Even though we want to create things, even though we are stressed and like this, when we're stressed, I know all about this, my habit was to just put in more work. That's why I was in the hamster wheel, and that's why I ended up with that $1.5 million debt. The balance. When we balance our lives and take the time to be relaxed and do things that we enjoy, but relaxed, magic can open up. So again, I went a little deeper into this because these principles aren't just about energy. They align with how our brains and behaviors naturally function. So, how doubt and limiting beliefs sabotage your manifestation. Unconscious self-sabotage. If you don't believe you deserve success, your actions will reflect that doubt, blocking your manifestations. Manifestation Foundation. There are trainings for shifting the belief to supporting belief, so you will step into your dream life much easier, and releasing trapped energy, emotional baggage or traumas, to help you align with what you want. The power of internal conflict. When your conscious mind wants one thing, but your subconscious holds the opposite belief, well, inside of you it's a struggle. Again, the rowboat example. One direction, another direction. But when we come to the universal thing and how we interact with the universe, we are sending mixed signals. And one thing is for sure, that's very difficult to understand for the universe. I want this, no, I don't want, no, and the universe is going like, holy moly, I'm not gonna, I don't know how I'm gonna solve this. Reframing and reprogramming. Identifying and shifting limiting beliefs allows for effortless manifestation. Manifestation Masterclass Foundation training. Again here, that's why it's in the foundation. So identifying what it is that's not aligned inside of you and me, aligned with our dream life, with our vision for our life, our goals. And then shifting it into supporting beliefs, and also releasing the trapped emotions, traumas, and like this to make it even easier for you. In the Manifestation Masterclass, the foundation training, it's all in there, including the meditation. If you're watching this training on YouTube, if you're not in the class, well, there's a link below the video if you want an easy access to all of this. There's a link below the video to the Manifestation Masterclass. It is free, meaning it costs $0. I just want to give as much as possible in a free setup, a community, and with all of these trainings. The right way to align thought emotion, and actions. 2 exercises. So I'm going to show both of these right away because we're going to go into the documents. So we got a visual exercise, the alignment test, go through exercise document, we're going to do that. And we got the fix your manifestation mistakes, a step-by-step guide to go through exercise document. We're going to do that now. So I'm going to just finish up this one and we're going to dive into the exercises. So the summary of what we went through here in this training: most common manifestation mistakes people make, why just thinking positive doesn't work, the trap of attachment and desperation, how doubt and limiting beliefs sabotage your manifestation, the right way to align thought, emotion, and action. The 2 exercises, we're going to go through those now. So let's go to work. So let me see, we should have those here. We have, and just made, here we go. So this is the first one. And again, if you are in the Manifestation Masterclass, the free version, down below the video, there's a link so you can just open this document. And if you want to, you can go into File and click Copy, and you can just get it into your computer. I'll go through this fast. So this is like the manifestation mistakes training. Visual exercise, the alignment test. Goal, help you identifying where you are out of alignment in your manifestation process. Steps. Close your eyes and visualize. And maybe even, I didn't put this in here, but take a couple of deep breaths just to relax, get yourself into relaxed mode. And then close your eyes and visualize. So you want to visualize the thing that you want to manifest. And it can't be your whole dream life, but you could also try with some of the areas or specific goals, like saying you want to manifest $1 million. See yourself with $1 million. See yourself having that right now, and then be aware. Could also be the partnership, or it could be your health. Be aware, how does it feel? How does it feel? Step 2 is observing your emotions. Do you feel excited and at peace, or do you sense doubt, fear, or tension? Just be very conscious and aware. There's no right or wrong here. This is your reality right now in your inside world. Do you feel excited and at peace, or do you sense doubt, fear, or tension? Now check your thoughts. Are your thoughts aligned with your desire, or do negative beliefs creep in? Are your thoughts aligned with your desire, or do negative beliefs creep in? Now evaluate your actions. Are you behaving like the person who already has what you want? Are your daily habits or actions supporting your manifestation? So let's say it's health. Let's say for a person, this is like, okay, I want to manifest. Let's go to step 1. I want to manifest my dream body. My dream body is maybe losing 10 pounds and being vital and very healthy. So close your eyes, visualize this. Okay, I see myself being healthy, 10 pounds less. How do I feel? And how do I think? It might be that the feelings and the thoughts are, but this is not correct, or I'm not sure if I fit into this body, or a little nervous. Things like that. Just be very aware. And when it comes to the actions, are you behaving like the person who already has what you want? So a person who is 10 pounds lighter than right now, a person who's 10 pounds lighter, 10 pounds lighter in the future, in the dream life, than right now. That person in dream life are clearly doing something else than the person who is 10 pounds heavier. Could be eating, could be exercising, could be sleeping, could be dreaming, could be what kind of drinks and all of that. So just be very, not like, you're stupid, anything. Just be very aware. Are you behaving like the person who already lost the 10 pounds? And be very objective with yourself. Again, this could be, I did eat a pizza yesterday. I did drink a Coke. I did drink a beer. I did not sleep that much. Could be those things coming up, and just be very, very honest and not punishing, just honest with yourself. So this is the person right here, right now. This is the dream life. The dream life person would not have eaten that pizza or drinking that beer, or drinking that Coke. At least not every day. Just be very honest with yourself. Now, rate your alignment from 1 to 10 on each area: thoughts, emotions, actions. If any are below an 8, explore what's holding you back. So, alignment, think about the rowboat image. So if the thoughts are, it's not possible, I can't do it, I am too fat, I'm not good enough, well, maybe that's not a 10. 10 is the best. It might be you say that's a 4 actually. Emotions, okay, I feel okay, I'm not really excited or anything, but it's a 6. Actions, being very honest, it's a 3. Okay. Now go a little deeper, and it's only you, and you can take the time, sit down and journal this. What's holding you back here? Ask yourself, what's holding me back, and just put it on paper. And then an invitation. The next exercise is actually to help you fix your manifestation mistakes. Step-by-step guide. Now, a key insight for this exercise: the stronger the alignment between thoughts, emotions, and action, the easier manifestation flows. Again, this is in a manifestation masterclass in school. It's a free class. Link below the video if you're on YouTube. So let's go into the breaking manifestation blocks. Title for this one: Fix Your Manifestation Mistakes, a step-by-step guide. It's below the video if you're on the manifestation masterclass. Invitation. I think this is actually, we're just going to remove this. Like, if you start here, invitation is to go and use the one we went through just before. Go through that exercise to figure out what is holding you back, why you're not aligned. Now we're fixing it. So, step 1, identify your sticking point. What are you trying to manifest? Let's say it was the losing 10 pounds. What is your dominant thought about it? What emotions come up when you think about it? What actions have you taken? Just be honest with yourself. Spot the manifestation mistakes. Step 2. Are you forcing positivity instead of shifting deep beliefs? One of my biggest mistakes, I shared it again and again. I was so much into forcing myself to the great relationship, forcing myself to growing a business, forcing myself, putting so much tension on myself. So are you forcing instead of shifting deep beliefs? Are you attached to the outcome with fear or desperation? I was so many years. Are doubt and limiting beliefs sneaking in? Yes, for me it was. I wanted to become a millionaire, but there was so much doubt. There was so much fear of me losing it all the time. But I didn't have these exercises at that point. Just be honest with yourself and write it down. You can write it in a journal, and if you are in the manifestation class, you can take this document, make a copy, or print it out and write on it. again, here it's not about you have to be perfect. This is about becoming aware of why your world is, or reality is, as it is right now. Step 3, realign your manifestation. What new belief would support this manifestation? What emotion can you practice daily to match this desire? What small aligned action can you take today? Being aware. So what new belief would support the manifestation of losing 10 pounds? You'll figure that out. You write that down. It could be whatever it is for you, right? But it could be like saying, now what comes to me is like my body's just burning fat all the time. I am so healthy and vital. I am a gift from the universe. My body just is amazing, whatever it is for you, right? And what emotions can you practice daily to match the desire? What emotions would help you? How would it feel? What would make you feel great, great positive emotion that aligns you with the desire of having lost the 10 pounds? What emotions? Being grateful for your body? Okay, now, instead of what happens for most people, it's just an example. You could do it whatever it is. Instead of that, just what I taught myself when we speak about gratefulness is that, okay, actually go through my body and say, okay, here's my hand. I'm actually grateful for my hand because I can hold things with it and I can scratch myself in the neck. I can hug my daughter. Whatever it is, and just feel, oh, that's nice. Okay, I got my 2 legs. They carry me around. I got my 2 feet. They carry me around. I got my toes. They help me with my balance. And then I have the gratefulness coming with that. Could also just be happiness, not just, could be the happiness. I'm so happy that I got this body. Whoa, I'm so happy that I got this body. And what small aligned action can you take today? Now, remember, you put down, if you did the right actions, you put pizza, you put Coke, or you put beer, or whatever it was, speaking about the health thing here, losing pounds. Aligned action, what would that be? Okay, I'm drinking 1 more cup of water today. Just one small thing, do that. And then be grateful for doing it. Celebrate yourself. Maybe after a couple of days you say, okay, I'll quit the Coke now. Quit the Coke. 1 more water. 1 more green. 1 more time a day in my eating. I will put in more vegetables. Whatever it is. Small things, just put them in and be happy about it. And then feel the emotions again. And again, this is also proof for the new belief. Wow. And then as a bonus here, create an affirmation that aligns thoughts, emotions, and actions. And this can change again and again and again. It can change. So in the beginning, it might be that we are creating an affirmation that is aligning, but it's not like, whoa, I'm changing the whole world. It's like a little bit smaller. But then the actions, the emotions, the thoughts, and there it is. I'm that person now. I'm doing that now. I lost some pounds. Now I'll do it a little bit bigger or more. Or it can be in the beginning. You're just so excited if you said, I lost 10 pounds. I got a 6-pack. and you really feel, and you feel good about it, and your actions are good and all. That can be, that's your affirmation right away. Just be aware. And then a very cool thing. Write down 1 thing you're letting go of today. So this could be an emotional thing, it could be a thought, it could be an action. Just 1 thing. So just an example that comes to me from what we went through here. So it can be that you're saying, okay, thought, I will let go today of thinking that I don't deserve a great health. I'm just going to practice that. Let go of that. Okay, the thought's coming in, I let it go. I'm not going to spend time with that. Emotion, a nervous emotion that is like, I don't feel I deserve this. I'll let it go. I'll let it go. I want a positive emotion instead. I let it go. Write the things down from the things you journaled here. Could also be, I let go of 1 Coke a day now. I just let go 1 Coke a day. Let it go. Let it go. Let go. And not this one on the bike, right? Just let it go. All right? So this is so powerful stuff. And again, these two documents, these two exercises will be available below this training if you are in the Manifestation Masterclass. It's free to be there, and if you're not, you want to join us, you can, below the video here on YouTube, you can find the link, maybe even in the comments, I'll pin that there, so you can join us. You'll get access to all these trainings, you'll get access to all the documents, and also our community. The community is about love and support. I want to create, that's my vision here, a loving and supporting community where we just love abundance and loving and supporting each other on our manifestation journey to our dream life. So let's go to work. See you in the next training.